Hello, hello, hello! You're tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's first topic, Stephen A. Smith says Lamar Jackson could not win a title if he was on the Kansas City Chiefs. Look, I want to make sure that I make my point very clear on this because I know that I come across as a Lamar fan. And the reason I put that in quotation is because that's what everybody calls people that defend Lamar, right? And I've been hard on Lamar, right? But I feel like I'm fair, right? And I don't care what anybody thinks and says about that part of it because I respect the player that he is, where he's come from to achieve what he's achieved, and the level of play that he's put on display for all of our entertainment joy, right? That being said, it's absolutely atrocious to believe that he would have not already have won a title on the Kansas City Chiefs. May I remind you, Patrick Mahomes is throwing to the greatest tight end in NFL history while being coached by the greatest or one of the top two greatest offensive minds in league history. And for 4 of his seasons, I believe it's 4, right? 4 or 5, I think it's 4 of his seasons, he was also playing with the best deep threat since Randy Moss, who is undoubtedly going to end up a top 10 receiver of all time. So please do not act like this man Patrick is doing it all on his own, because he is not. For as good as he is, as great as he is, as one of one as he is, he's not doing it himself. I'm going to play what Mr. Stephen A. Smith and them had to say. Usually what I'm doing is I'm going to play from the first part. I'm going to tell you what Stephen A. said, because this part pretty much explains what I wanted to explain, and then we're going to break it down, all right? So without further ado, let's get this thing started.
All right, let's break this down. Louis Riddick. Would Lamar have won the Super Bowl if he was on the Chiefs? What do you think?
Okay, so would he have won a Super Bowl had he stepped into the same situation that Patrick Mahomes stepped into, learning behind Alex Smith, being taught by Andy Reid, Doug Peterson, Matt Nagy, Eric Bieniemy, and being around that kind of culture with that kind of innovative offensive mind, with the kind of weapons that Patrick has been able to play with over the course of his career that helped him win 3 Super Bowls? Yes, I believe Lamar would have won a Super Bowl by that amount in this amount of time. I'm not saying he would have won 3. I'm not saying he would have won this year. I'm saying, though, he would have won a Super Bowl. Why? Because I come on here, I talk on every single show about the importance of structure, the importance of the developmental program that teams put you through in order to maximize your potential. And Andy's as good as there is in the history of the game at it when it comes to quarterbacks, when it comes to bringing them along, finding out what their strengths are and what they need to work on, keeping them on the straight and narrow as far as keeping things simple about this is what you need to work on, this is what you already do good, but I'm not going to let you off the hook as far as what you need to continue to improve on. He has done it with multiple quarterbacks since 1999 when he first became the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, and he brought along Donovan McNabb, and then he brought along Michael Vick, and then he tried to bring along Kevin Cobb, and then he got to Kansas City and he brought along Alex Smith, and Alex Smith had the greatest season of his career, and then he drafted Patrick, and now things have taken off into the stratosphere. Look, Lamar would have without a doubt benefited from that kind of structure. And that's not to say that he didn't have a great structure in Baltimore. And I'm not in any way saying John Harbaugh has failed him or any way, or Greg Roman failed him. Or Todd Monken.
I'm saying that he has.
I'm saying the structure, the program is just as important as the individual player. And Lamar is uber talented. And he would have benefited tremendously, just like Patrick has benefited from Andy's innovation, his stickler for the details, both on and off the field, and the way in which he instills confidence in that position in particular. I saw him do it with Michael Vick when Michael came there, after his time being incarcerated, and how he took his game to a whole new level under Andy's tutelage. I think he would have done the same for Lamar if he had got Lamar at the beginning of his career, and there's no question in my mind he would have helped lead them to a Super Bowl.
Listen, I'm not even going to play Stephen A's part. Reason why, because I feel like it's fool. He's like, no, because it's about moments. But you believe, I just can't, I can't with him. I really can't with Stephen A. Because he's like, I don't believe that, because it's always about moments, and Lamar hasn't shown us enough moments. And it's like, but you believe Josh Allen can? You believe Joe Burrow can? You believe Lawrence can? You still believe Herbert can? But Lamar, no bueno. He hasn't shown us enough. Let me tell you something right now. I want to make sure that this comes off totally understanding where my position is stated. Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Eric Bieniemy, Spags, all of these things are what Patrick Mahomes walked into, including a top 3 offensive line. I want to remind you, that offense that he's playing in was a top 3 offense or a top 2 offense with Alex Smith, the check down king. And y'all gonna fix your mouth, your lips, your tongue to state that you don't believe that Lamar would benefit with Andy Reid? Jesus God. Why?
Finish him, Daddy.
Bro, I can't with y'all, bro. This is why I don't like listening to Stephen A. This is, matter of fact, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a little part of what Stephen A said, right? Because you know how Stephen A.
That's ridiculous. No, Lord, I'm not good. No, I'm not doing that. But by the way, you ain't the only one.
Hold on.
That's ridiculous.
What was ridiculous about what I said?
The Super Bowl.
What was ridiculous about what I said?
Lamar Jackson would not have won the Super Bowl because this is what they were talking about, really. Lamar Jackson would not have won the Super Bowl this year with that Kansas City Chiefs team. That's what
I didn't say this year.
Well, I mean, what they're talking about with Lamar Jackson won the Super Bowl.
I said he would have won a Super Bowl. He would have won a Super Bowl he would have won a Super Bowl had he been, like, during the time that Patrick has been in Kansas City. If you take Patrick out and say Lamar was there starting in 2017, right. He would have won a Super Bowl by now.
All right, well,
that's what I'm saying.
You can believe that. I don't yet. I don't, because I haven't seen that from Lamar Jackson as a...
Bro, that's why I didn't want to play no more. I don't believe that because I haven't seen it enough. He believes it on everybody else except Lamar. 2-time MVP Lamar. Mind you, they say that they're allowed to be even more critical of a Lamar Jackson because of his 2 MVPs, while still saying he's not a top 3 quarterback in the league. Make it make sense, please. Oh, Stephen A. Boy, you lucky I ain't next to you, because if I was, I would take across the rest of your hairline, I swear to God. Bro, and that's what makes me mad, and why I just, when it comes to these guys, I just be like, whatever. Like, whatever. Like, seriously, yes, he would have already got one. He would have already got one. Now, am I saying he would have got 3? No, but he definitely would have got at least 1. I can argue he would have at least got 2. Put it this way, and I'm going to make this argument for everybody to understand where I'm coming from. Do you think Lamar gets one if he's teamed up with Tyreek Hill? Not even Travis Kelce. Do you think the Ravens would if they got Tyreek Hill? Yeah? Huh? Yeah? Exactly. So shut up. Because you know, they even said out of his own mouth, he said, do not let the Ravens get Debo, Tyreek, or A.J. Brown. That's what he already said. He's a Steeler fan. So you already know where we're coming from. He don't like us, and we don't like him neither. He knows what would happen. The league would be broken. Could you imagine trying to guard Lamar Jackson and Tyreek Hill? And a lot of y'all was saying that Tyreek was a product of Patrick Mahomes. He showed y'all were real wrong about that. So y'all can go ahead with yourselves. With Lamar, he's getting at least 1,600, 1,700 yards receiving. And he's going to be wide open. Wide open. Bro. You think he's wide open in Miami? Hey, yo, man, I'm not even, bro. yo, Stephen A. Shannon, I'm telling y'all, when Lamar finally wins his title, they're just going to make the excuse that even though he won one, he's in a different stratosphere, and one is not enough. That's what they're going to say. That's going to be the goalpost moving. I'm telling y'all. So we'll just wait for that day to come, which is probably going to be next year. All right? We're barring injury. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with Mr. Stephen Head A? Or do you agree with Riddick and me? Say he would have been got one. We're talking about a Raven team that just admitted they're just now starting to invest into Lamar Jackson. That's the team we're talking about. But like I said, who do you agree with? But as always, that's the episode of the Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. Y'all know how we get down. We have fun and we laugh. But everything we talk about rooted in what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment, you know, love the comments. And if you have not done so already, check out the Wunderkind Show's Patreon. Yes, 3 tiers of content goodness waiting for your consumption. Give it a look, give it a try, and let me know what you think. And if you would like to donate to the channel, help out with equipment and such stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR codes to a Cash App. Cash App is located in the description of every video that we do, and the name of it is The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. So once again, this is The Wunderkind Show. This is your host, Nectar, signing off, and as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Yerp.